Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have another hair tutorial for you. Today I'm going to be showing you how I tape in my own tape-in hair extensions. I have been using, if you've been watching my videos, I just did like a couple hair tutorials and I've been using clip-in extensions from Erabella. They were nice enough to send them to me. Then they also sent me their tape-in extensions. And I once before taped extensions in myself, and I think I remember how, and I remember it being pretty easy. So I'm going to show you guys a little tutorial by filming myself, or at least like filming what I can, taping these extensions in. So in this cute little box comes this sack of hair. So it's just in this like hair net, like fish net. I'm going to take it out and show you how many bundles there are. So I already know this hair color is going to match perfectly because like I said, I've been using their clip-in extensions and they sent me the exact same shade that I had been using. So there's 4 different sets here, and I believe each one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But that's probably actually like 5 pieces because you sandwich them together. So 40, probably about 20 different combos. So I'm going to start off by sectioning off my hair. Now you're supposed to start down low. So I'm gonna start where I want the first track to be. Okay, so I sectioned off all of the hair that I'm not going to be using. Well, I'm not going to be using all of this either, but this is where I'm going to start my first track. And so the way that they work, let me show you first. Let me get this open. So I'm going to take 2 of the pieces like this, and then there's a sticker up here, so I'm going to rip them off, rip this off, put a tiny little bit of my hair in between, and then sandwich these 2 pieces together over the hair so that the tape, the sticky side and the sticky side, stick together with a little bit of my hair in between as close to my root as possible. And then I have all this extra beautiful hair. So I don't want to use anything too close to my ears because you don't want it to show. So I'm going to bring a little piece forward and a little piece forward that I'm not going to be using. And I think I might as well just attach it up here. It's the one thing for sure, if you're doing it on yourself, you can't see. So if you just have any hair that you're not using clipped away, it's gonna, I feel like I can fit 3 sandwiches, so 6 pieces. So now what I need to do is go in again and take out the hair on the bottom that I'm not going to be using. So I'm going to start with the underneath side. Let me move my mirror over here. Okay, so I have the first 2 pieces in. I don't know if you can see exactly. But we have an extension on the bottom, an extension on the top with a little bit of my hair in, and it creates all that extra hair. This is the other extension. And that's my actual hair. So we just more than doubled it. So now I'm gonna let down another section. Down the third section. So now I'm opening the second pack. And I think I'm only going to have to use 2 packs because this is already like a decent amount of hair for me. So now this one I think is going to be a little bit more easy for you guys to see. So when you think you have a small amount of hair, like make it even smaller. And laying that underneath. Okay, so now that I have all of the extensions in, it seriously feels like twice as much hair. I know it doesn't look like much, but considering how thin my hair is, that just added like twice the volume. So now I'm just gonna finish off this video by styling it. If you are interested in how I curl my hair, I just did like a whole tutorial on that with my clip-in extension, so I'll link that video below. And that completes this look for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you do try some tape-in hair extensions at home, just wanted to go over some like helpful tips to make them last as long as possible. So I don't know if I mentioned this, but I first started with clean hair. So you want to make sure your hair is fresh. If you have like oily roots when you're putting the tape on, it's going to slide. So you want to make sure you have fresh, clean hair that you're taping the hair to. And then now every time that I shower, it's really important that you don't put any conditioner at your roots, because that will also like loosen the tape. And then other things you just want to be careful with is you want to make sure that you're always like brushing your hair, and you want to work from the bottom up, so that way you're not yanking too hard at any of the tapes, because the tape will loosen up eventually and it will slide out. So you just want to make your tape-ins last as long as possible. So at the least amount of like damage you can do to that tape and keeping it as sticky as possible, the better. So instead of like brushing your hair like that and possibly yanking the tape if there is a knot in your hair. So my camera just cut out, but what I was saying is to start brushing your hair down here and then work your way up so that you're not pulling too much pressure on your extensions. Another thing I like to do when I have extensions in, whether they're tape-in or bonded, is I like to just section off my hair and just like braid it before I go to sleep in like 2 braids. And that will just make sure that like my hair doesn't get as tangled when I'm sleeping if it gets like all messed up and stuff. So braiding your hair is another way to avoid it getting too knotted and pulling your extensions out. And then lastly, I'm not sure if I mentioned this yet, but the tapes, when they're wet, that's when they are like most like fragile, like most there's the biggest chance of when you're brushing your hair with wet hair that the tape is going to fall out. So just when you have wet hair, be extra careful. Make sure you have all your knots out of your hair before you take your shower. And again, just condition from here down. But that's pretty much all I have for today's video. If you enjoyed this video or you learned something, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Comment below and let me know if you are going to be trying, or if you do try the tape-in extensions at home. And also don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more tutorials. Bye.